Hi, and welcome to one of our training videos on the basics of social work. I'm Professor Mike Weyers from the Northwest University in Potchefstroom, South Africa. Today we'll be looking at scientific inquiry as a core social work competency. To set the scene, a student, let's call her Melanie, must do her first big presentation. Her assignment was to explain the nature of scientific inquiry to the rest of the class in a practical as possible way. So, it is my pleasure to call Melanie to the stage.
Good morning, Professor and fellow students. My assignment was to provide you with a practical explanation of the nature of scientific inquiry in social work. Because of this focus on practice, I thought that, instead of simply repeating what is written in the prescribed texts, I will try to apply it to an imaginary case study. My presentation will consist of three components. First, the nature of scientific inquiry. Second, an example of its implementation in a case study. And thirdly, a closing thought. The theory part of my presentation will be based mostly on the 2011 Social Work Skills Workbook of Barry Cornoyle. The construct, scientific inquiry, refers to the diverse ways in which scientists study the world, and propose explanations based on the evidence derived from their work. The way in which scientists conduct their studies are always the same, whether they are working in the field of quantum physics or in social work. It can be summarized as making an observation, then posing a question, then examining books and other sources of information to see what is already known. If you don't find the answer, you will plan an investigation, then use scientific tools to gather, analyze, and interpret the acquired data, then propose answers, explanations, and/or predictions, and, finally, communicate your results. I will now, as an example, try to apply this process to an imaginary case study. Our imaginary case involves Mr. Leroy and Mrs. Loretta Lockhorn. The social worker in this case will be Dr. Pullman, a marriage counselor. Dr. Pullman has had the couple in therapy for many months. He has tried all the conventional marriage counseling techniques he knew. It included communication enhancement, anger management, attempts to improve their nonverbal communication, building mutual trust between the couple, and even simply hugging. But nothing seemed to work. He was now at the point of giving up. Then Dr. Pullman posed the question, if conventional marriage counseling does not work for the Lockhorns, what other techniques will be more viable? The first thing Dr. Pullman did to find an answer, was to consult available experts and to read their books. Based on his findings, he tried a couple of unconventional techniques. But even these did not work. Dr. Pullman then decided to undertake a new investigation. It took the form of what researchers call a systematic review. This basically entails a type of literature review that collects and critically analyzes multiple research studies. Dr. Pullman then used various research tools and critical thinking to ascertain the reliability, validity and especially relevance of the data he had gathered. With the results of his research, Dr. Pullman was able to develop a new counseling technique that would help the Lockhorns, as well as couples like them. If you want to know what this new technique entails, you will have to read all about it in Dr. Pullman's latest article in a social work journal. This brings me to my closing thought. You have all probably seen those images on the internet of what people think social workers do. You know what my friends think I do. What my mom thinks I do. What society thinks I do. What my clients think I do. What I think I do. But, to this I also want to add, what I should really be doing. Only if you follow the scientific inquiry process, in order to work evidence-based, can you really make a difference in the lives of others. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Belini, for a very informative presentation. And there you have it, scientific inquiry as a core social work competency. Until next time.